Ladies and gentlemen, are you ready for Spoken and Heard open mic here at Kickbutt Coffee in Austin, Texas? Woo! I'm Ernie B, and here's your host, Hot Tamale, and Lost in Thought.
Ernie, your mojo's already off.
I've been dealing with a lot of technical shit over here.
Shit! Yes, just say it. Say it what it is.
I'm really going to need this shot
it's
here.
Shit.
Ooh, thank you, Jacob.
What's happening, Kickbutt? You're about to witness the baddest open mic in the ATX, spoken and heard live every Sunday night at Kickbutt Coffee, Music, and Booze. That's right, this is not your average ordinary coffee shop. We do have a full bar. And behind the bar tonight, we have the pirate Jacob. Arr,
matey.
He will keep you fed, caffeinated, and buzzed, but please fill his tip jar with plenty of dead presidents. Nothing says I love you more to your bartender than a nice fat tip.
It's not that kind of show.
Don't take it there, people. Come on. Okay, and the drink special tonight are all mixed drinks, $4. I totally recommend the Kickbutt Bloody Mary. Instead of Tabasco, they put in Sriracha. So if you have allergy problems, you'll be like, oh my God, I can breathe again. And you'll feel good, too. You don't need the Sudafed. You really don't. Okay, so if you want to come up here, sing your song, dance your dance, strut your stuff, and
do whatever he's doing.
And hopefully dance better than that. God, I swear, a twig could dance better than that. Come over here to Lost in Thought, me, Hot Tamale, or Ernie B behind the soundboard. Go over to Ernie B just so he can say...
I'm posting to different pages right now.
There you go. And if you want to go over and talk to your sound engineer, nothing says hello to your sound engineer by ordering him an Ernie B, which an Ernie B is a double shot of whiskey and 2 Bud Lights. That makes any sound engineer happy. So, do you have anything to add, or is it all me?
I think we might want to restate the...
Reiterate. You are right. Yes. If you want to be in the venue, you must wear your mask. If you want to perform on this amazing, acoustically perfect, wonderfully lit stage, you must wear your mask. If you are not actively eating or drinking, you must wear your mask. There you go. See, I'm fully immunized, but I'm still total mask advocate. I do not want to see any chin diapers tonight. Okay. No chin diapers and no dick noses. I don't want to see it. I don't want to see it.
I've heard of dick noses, but I've never heard of chin diapers.
Chin diaper. It's the one where they just sling it under the chin. Go, I'm wearing my mask. Yeah, I work at Walgreens. I get it all the time. Trust me. Okay, so Lost in Thought. Should I bring up the first performer?
You forgot to ask me what I was drinking.
So what are you drinking? Boy, you're just like 20 steps behind me.
I can barely hear you, too.
Come on, talk.
I'm drinking a green tea smoothie and a big pretzel, which are both very delicious.
Oh, you got a pretzel?
Yes.
I haven't
the
had one of those.
soft pretzels here are very delicious.
I haven't had one in ages.
How long? How long is an age?
It's like years.
All right.
Literally years. I think since the small stage over here.
Well, I think, Ernie, you need to go and help yourself to a soft pretzel.
I never have time. I'm always too busy with all this stuff.
So you help yourself to some bread, water, and whiskey.
Yeah, that works.
Totally. Okay, so to kick off the show tonight, we have the Piepiper of Poetry, the Mad Max of merch, the Wonder from Down Under. We have Tom Moonbird. Direct your eyes to that monitor.
On May Day 2021, you will be asked to vote. You will be asked to vote against the people who are homeless in Austin. You will be asked to vote and they're not allowed to lie down in public. You will be asked to vote against their existence in Austin. If you've ever been homeless, you know there's no place to go. You cannot live in a hospital. You cannot live in a library. You can live for a time at Austin Bergstrom Airport. It's been done, and more than once. Films have even been made of this, both fiction and fact. You cannot live too well on Austin streets. You can pay to live in a rest home if you're old. You can pay to live in a hotel if you're young. Rich people even live on cruise ships, sailing forever, son. Traveling is a form of mobile homing, but most homeless in Austin are not travelers. Sedentary in a tent by the side of the road, say Congress, relying on the kindness of strangers, at risk of ending up in an Austin hospital, relying on the kindness of strangers. But kindness, after disasters like homelessness, there is no end to goodwill, to sharing of close attention, to the healing of wounds, the forgetting of sorrows, to the brightness over all gloom. Here come babies thrown over the border walls. Here come the endless homeless in Austin. They too desire being who they really are, filling up stolen shopping carts. This is the time where you open your hand, pass food, drinks, and masks to another man or woman or child. Air does not divide us like a wall, neither earth nor the waters. We're all in this together. And when you wake and take another breath in a borrowed day, you see that person who once was you asking you to stay. When the fourth wave finally hits Austin, two sources of strength, your dreams and your gardens. I dream of South Austin forests and have planted many trees, raising garden beds for food and flowers. Herbs have their own garden, even if they're illegal, but they also grew wild, especially basil. And that rosemary bush survived many an Austin storm. But the snowstorm electrical outage desiccated that rosemary. Even the covered gardens look forlorn. My hopes are growing in spring green. Green tomatoes, outrageous feral arugula, even late blooming carrots. Thin stick, recently planted, trees are still anorexic and bulimic. Elder trees either burst green hopes or stay sullen grey stick figures. Council workers cut the giant trees that impinge upon their power lines. And tomorrow is a metaphor for tonight. If we cannot protect the trees and the homeless, they most assuredly will not protect us. There is always a fifth wave. Love your homeless.
All right, give it up for Tom Moonbird. Okay, for those of you newbies who have never met Tom Moon, he is the guy to go to. He is the man in the know. He is the one that knows about open mics before they even start. I remember before all this bullshit crap COVID hit, he would always have like a list. He'd just like, hey, how's it going? Here's a list. Okay. And then you'd see every single open mic in town.
Yeah, he would print up on his own pamphlets.
On his own money.
With the addresses and all the info you would need to hit any open mic in any part of town.
I mean, it got to the point that you could pretty much just go to one open mic a night, right?
Oh, yeah.
Every day of the week.
At least, if not more.
Yeah.
2 or 3 sometimes.
Yeah. And see, you can always find him because he's the day glow guy. Check him out.
And he'd always be bearing gifts too. He'd give out books and DVDs sometimes.
Books,
and
bubbles.
he even unloaded some video cassettes on us once.
He even once, on a rare occasion, gifted us with some kooky little sex toys.
Yes, he did.
Well, it was
Compliments of Candy's sex shop?
Cindy's on the North Interstate. Mm-hmm. It was like penis-shaped lollipops, little sample packets of lube. You know, the occasional disposable cock ring.
Good family, wholesome products.
Yeah, wholesome entertainment.
Well, that is how families are made.
This is true. That's where families come from. Okay, Lost in Thought. Who is coming up next?
We actually have a new voice.
We have Ernie, intimidating voice. New voice.
Yeah.
We got a lot of new voices tonight.
Excellent.
So who's the first?
Excellent.
The first of our new voice coming up. Let's hear it for Gabe Bigford.
Yeah.
What's up? How you guys doing? Doing well?
You are.
Doing all right. I've been trying to lose some weight. I've been feeling a little self-conscious, you know. I knew I had to do something recently when I got winded from doing an everyday activity. Does that ever happen to you guys? Like, I was walking up the stairs the other day, and when I got to the top, I was so tired, I just collapsed, and I pretended to throw water in my face like I was running a marathon. Well, now, next time I know, I walk up the stairs, I gotta have my Camelback on and 2 Cliff Bars in my socks for when I get to the top. Cliff Bars are weird. You know, Cliff Bars are a snack that were made to replenish calories after rigorous bouts of exercise. But the only people that seem to eat Cliff Bars are out-of-shape assholes like me who think that climbing the stairs warrants a snack. I don't know, you can't be frustrated with that stuff, though. I have a friend, he's my height, he's my weight, he's all muscle. It's extremely frustrating. Not because he's in better shape than I am, but because his diet is terrible. The only thing I ever see him eat is gummy worms and gummy bears. His diet makes no sense. His diet makes as much sense as watering a plant with Red Bull and then a giant beanstalk sprouts up the next day.
Yeah.
Oh, well. Can't do anything about that, though. I've been going to the gym recently. The gym is weird. The weirdest thing about going to the gym is that exercising isn't even the hardest part. The hardest part about going to the gym is discreetly watching yourself in the mirror while you're exercising. Like, it's hard enough to do curls, but it's even harder to watch yourself do curls in the mirror and try not to look like an idiot. And I'm so out of shape that from doing that one set of curls, I'm on the ground collapsed like, I need a Cliff Bar. All right, thanks, everybody.
Yay!
Yeah.
Exercise.
And that was the reality workout, brought to you by Gabe Bigford.
The reality workout. No,
Let's hear for Gabe Bigford.
woo! I totally relate. See, but when I get to the top of the stairs, I'm like, you're trying to play it off how tired you are. You're like trying not to die, taking deep breaths while you're continuing your conversation with the person.
Well, it's been hell since COVID and the lockdown, staying at home.
Everyone's out of shape.
Yeah, I mean, I was always on the road, playing gigs, doing audio at the different venues, different cities, running around like crazy. And all of a sudden, boom, I'm planted for a year. Now I go to the kitchen, I come back, I'm like, I need a nap.
And that's on the same floor.
Yeah.
It wasn't climbing stairs or anything.
I'm out of shape. I replaced 3 days ago. I replaced the screen in my back window because we had some tears in it, and I'm still sore from that. Replacing a screen. I'm like, my legs hurt, my arms sore. Like, damn, I'm out of shape.
Damn.
Well, that's when you know what you need to work on.
Yeah, I have to sit behind my computer for a year.
This is true. Alrighty, don't forget about the drink specials. All mixed drinks, $4. Get your antioxidants and your booze at the same time. Oh my God, lost in thought. You're together today. You actually sent me my list. Thumbs up. I will give you a well-deserved pat on the back. But next, I will bring up the next virtual performer from the virtual spoken and heard stage, broadcasting live from H-Town himself. Give it up for Birdman 313.
Oh yeah.
All right, Ernie B, we're going to do something about that music, man.
I know. I keep forgetting. I wanna try playing your songs again. And even if I get hit with the copyright, as long as it's not a strike against our YouTube, it's YouTube is the one that's they're real sticklers about copyright, because Birdman would come up with his own music, but it was like Rick James or Michael Jackson, and every time I played it since we started streaming, I'd get hit with copyright stuff, So as long as it's not a strike against our YouTube page and they just want to acknowledge the copyright, then that's okay. So I still got to try that, but I'll put it on my to-do list of a million things.
It's no rush. But you're right about that YouTube, because when I post my videos, they check it for copyrights, which all mine is straight from me. I do my own videos, and the poetry I read is my own. And now when I post them, they'll say, okay, no copyright infringement. Go ahead, and I can just go ahead and add it on. But they just started that.
Oh, so they're recognizing your own work.
Yeah.
Because I know a lot of musicians that post their own videos and they get hit with copyrights for their own material. It's like, that's my stuff,
Yes.
But I guess they're kind of easing up on that, I suppose.
Yeah. All right, then. This is something new. I just wrote it
New shit.
in the last 3 days. It's titled "When Dreams and Reality Collide." Have you ever had an imaginary friend, whether it was real only to you or just someone with whom to voice your thoughts? Fairies have been the main characters in children's books for a long time. An inventor imagines or dreams about something before it exists. Writers develop a character from their mental vision. A composer writes music after hearing a mysterious waterfall pour down a mountainside. Our subjective reality tunes in a reality that others don't always see. What is subjective reality versus objective reality? A dream may be real to some, but to others on the other outside, it doesn't exist. Some live in a reality that doesn't exist and is surrounded by mysteries, while being obsessed in order to find peace in their dreams. Words often collide when dreams and reality meet. The wonderful world of imagination has caused many to question an artist's sanity as well as their own sanity, even to the point where we question our own culture of colliding emotions. Some dreams are sometimes better left as dreams, while the manifestation turned out not to be as solid as once thought. Allowing ourselves to finally accept the changing times as dreams and reality are measured by the unknown and on an inspirational journey. Ooh, you can tell I just wrote this. Stories comes to us, inspired by dreams from quiet moments surrounded by nature, from music played in the background or a line from a movie. The line between a dream and reality can be confusing and sometimes scary. It can, however, also be a liberating experience. There you go. Woo, I got to practice that. My next one is titled The Voice. As I walk along the beach, I look up in the sky. I recognize a familiar face with a tear in his eye. He spoke and said, "My son, life is not as bad as it seems. Keep your head up. These troubled times will fade just like a dream. The test you have been put through is more than enough. Keep the faith because life is not really that tough. The time will come when the tears that hurt will no longer fall. Speak my name, son, so I can answer your call." This beach stroll and footprints, but no one was in sight. Then a voice spoke, "My son, you are not alone in this daily fight." Thank you.
All right, give it up for Birdman 313. Here, wait, Birdman. I've got a little snippet of a Michael Jackson song for you.
Go ahead.
She's out of my life. She's out of my life. To think for 2 years. Okay, that's it.
Yeah, Michael Jackson
We
song
don't
is
get hit
that?
with no copyright.
Yeah, we're going to get hit right now.
Yeah, I know. Boom, bitch. Oh, sorry. Okay, give it up for Birdman 313. That's actually one of my favorite songs to do when me and Ernie B do karaoke. Ever since the quarantine's been happening, we've been doing karaoke at home. And that's
because we used to go after the shows and hit a karaoke bar.
Yeah, we go to Canary Roost, Homer's, the usual spots. But see, then after that, it's like, I want to sing, damn it.
Now we've just been doing it at the house.
Yeah, Ernie just plugs microphones into his workstation, and we just pull up YouTube videos and drink.
consume mass quantities.
Mass quantities of whiskey and beer. So that's a lot of fun. All righty, lost in thought. Who is coming up next?
Well, well,
I don't know. I made the list.
we actually have another new voice.
Another. Okay.
Oh,
So
yeah.
you do the intimidating voice. Come on. Make me proud.
Okay. We have another new voice.
Yeah, real intimidated, man.
I know.
Yeah, I'm scared. I just pissed myself. Go ahead.
So, new voice, never been here before. Let's give it up for Cody.
Woo woo, Cody.
Give me a minute. Let me get him hooked up.
While Ernie B does what Ernie B does, mosey over to the bar and help yourself to one of our delicious snacks. We have giant specialty cookies, soft pretzels, as Lost in Thought has mentioned. We have coffee and drinks. We have IPA beer, if you are legal, and coffee if you are not. Ouch. And I'm just sitting here because I like the fan.
Okay, yeah, go.
Okay, is that on? Yeah. Got new strings, so.
Hey, I've heard this song before.
Yeah. Tune in from
Real
China.
popular. Hey, now we're gonna get hit with copyrights.
The awkward tuning.
That's good.
All right. Let's see. All right. Yeah. All right. Thanks everybody for helping me get set up here.
Can you turn your guitar up a little bit? Actually, a lot of it.
That's all the way right there.
I don't have it.
Just a little bit.
Do you use like effects or something on it? On the guitar?
Yes.
I can run you directly. You won't have effects.
Just turn up the whole thing. But
That's the microphone. Yeah, the microphone.
It's hot.
I like the fan in your hair.
Thank you.
The MTV video clip.
Yeah, I feel very White Snake video a la Tawny Katan.
Yeah. So true.
Tawny Katan wishes she looked like me. Oh. Yeah, she's kind of, her features are kind of going south lately. Literally, they're kind of like melted candle wax. Cocaine does that to you.
Wow.
Valid information.
I know. Imagine what I think about when I'm checking people out for 8 hours.
Yeah.
No. I just realized what my hair looks like. Have you seen that scene in Dumbo when he's flying over the circus?
Yeah.
Ears. Right there. There. I look like Dumbo's ears. 5, 4, 3, 2. Gotta go.
Okay.
There it is. Sorry about that, folks.
All right.
There it is.
That was a lot of pressure to do good after all that. All right, sorry about that. I wasn't clear about my new setup. All right, is that working out?
Yeah,
All
that'll
right.
work.
Cool. Okay, this first song is called Perfume. Note on the door, kids. Let yourselves in. Father of the year every other weekend. It was real, but he was married. She was young with terrible ideas. Convinced herself there was no way out, and it burned right through him. And it's all making sense now. Anger beneath you, wearer of the
More.
All right, so one more
Another
again.
one.
Oh, that's another thing for those of y'all who've never been here before. We try to give you 5 minutes or so on the stage, a song or two on the stage. That way we can get through the list quicker. And once we get through everyone, if you want to go up again, you're welcome to go back up on stage again. Or else.
Yeah, it was good to hear Tom. I hadn't seen him since before the quarantine.
Yeah, it's been a while, hasn't it?
He was the first guy to tell me that this virus in China was going to make its way over here. I didn't know, I didn't believe him at the time, but
No one
he
does.
was right. Just sitting in the park. Where do I start? Oh, you're late, but there you are. Everybody's getting drunk, dancing and romancing. I'm blacking out and fading away. Young age stagnation, seem to lose yourself. The stories of wonder and pills. So we'll have the dead man. Seems he wasn't drunk. They shot and asking how he was killed. That'd be our cue, and I could make the front page and be this town's next big deal. Families, I get it. Mine is too. Lovers usually leave when they meet that shade in you. Everybody's getting drunk, dancing and romancing. I'm blacking out and fading away. Young age nature, seem to lose yourself. The stories of wonder and pills. So we'll have the dead man. Seems he wasn't drunk. They shouted asking how he was killed. That'd be our cue, and I could make the front page and be this town's next big deal. Next big Everybody's getting drunk, dancing and romancing. I'm blacking out and fading away. Young age nature, seem to lose yourself. The stories of wonder and so we'll have the dead man. Seems he wasn't drunk. They shouted asking how he was killed. That'd be our cue, but I could make the front page and be this town's next big deal.
Yay, wonderful. Welcome back.
Made it,
Wonderful work.
Thank you.
That's me on the trombone.
No, it's not.
No, it's not. I bet you guys didn't know I could sing harmonies to those songs, huh?
No, we didn't know.
No, that wasn't me. It was his magic box down there.
Yeah.
And see, that was kind of my fault too, because that's a brand new pedal, right? It's like a new model that's come out. Usually those little boxes, what they do is they track the chords you're playing and it creates a harmony for the singer, right? And you plug the output and it's a mixed output. This one has separate outputs for the guitar and the voice. So we forgot to plug the output for the guitar. That's why we're having problems. And I'm just stalling right now because nothing's happening. So I'm saying something until our hosts get back up on the stage.
There they are.
Oh, yeah, you got to plug that back in.
Yeah, I was waiting. Playing. Oh my God.
Careful. You don't know where it's been.
Yes, we do. This is even worse.
Somebody say something.
That's right. This.
Nobody was on there.
Something.
Oops, my bad. So hey,
Oh my God, hot tamale! Somebody looked at me. Do I have COVID?
This guy is so COVID paranoid. Ernie B, I saw a friend on the street and she said hello. Do you think I have COVID now?
I saw this lady sniffle on TV. Do I have COVID? Da-da-da-da-da-da.
I mean, it's nothing to joke about.
But let's hear it for new voice Cody.
Cody, give it up for Cody. Very awesome. And don't forget about the drink specials. Mixed drinks, $4. I just helped myself to a single Ernie B, which is a double shot of whiskey and 1 Bud Light. I'm a cheap drunk. What can I say?
No, it's a single shot. Yeah?
Well, no, because yours is a double shot and 2 Bud Lights.
Oh, so you're getting
I got
Ernie
a double
B.
shot and 1 Bud Light.
You're getting a Ernie B and a half then.
Well, I'm getting the Ernie, not the B.
Well, because half an Ernie B would be a single shot and a single beer.
All right, geez.
To be more precise.
Semantics. Okay, we need to go on with the show, Mr. Sound Engineer.
I'm reading a manual here.
Good to know.
Emmanuel.
See, this is Ernie B does this for work and he does this for fun.
I go home and I do the same shit.
And when he wakes up in the morning, he says he dreams about having a gig.
I dream about work, about doing this and having issues.
I'm like, why don't you dream about sex like a normal person?
No.
Oh my God.
I dream about having problems. I wake up like, oh God.
I say, get it on with a dream lover. Quit dreaming about gear. Shoot.
That's what I do.
Yeah, I mean,
I have to compete with that.
I mean, why don't you dream about sentient phones coming to life and then jumping out a window and exploding into glitter like everyone else?
Okay, before the crickets get started, I'm going to bring up the next voice. He is on our virtual spoken and heard stage, broadcasting from North Carolina. Give it up for our next presidential candidate, Goodwin 2024. Give it up for Reggie Goodwin.
I went back to my childhood a little bit with this. This piece is called Duck, Duck, Goose. Proto, the current nonsense. Remember when the right canceled the Dixie Chicks for daring to say they were ashamed of a U.S. president who lied about weapons of mass destruction that didn't exist in Iraq? When we've spilled blood and national treasure, the lives of women and men who didn't have to die, Iraqi or American, to ensure an illegitimate president scored an electoral win. After emerging, the artist, upon reflection, dropped Dixie as a pejorative. Now, the right boycott brother Colin Kaepernick non-violently took a knee, protesting police brutality, blood running in the streets, culminating in the gut-wrenching trial of Derek Chauvin for the callous murder of George Floyd. Kaepernick made us look at a dark mirror. It's a reflection we can't avoid. The right wanted to boycott the NBA. Laura Ingraham told LeBron James to shut up and dribble because that's what privileged blonde Nazis would say. As racist as her father, ask Laura Ingrate's baby brother. The right wanted to boycott NASCAR for taking down the flag of traitors. Now they want to boycott Major League Baseball for changing the All-Stars venue, oblivious that tax day due to the pandemic is delayed, and April 15th is Jackie Robinson Day, making LeBron James, Muhammad Ali, Michael Jordan, Colin Kaepernick, and hundreds of others who didn't exist possible. where every player and owners pretend all is well, wearing Jackie's jersey number 42, forgetting the hell he endured. Jackie grew up in Sanford, Florida, where they burned Rosewood 2 years after bombing Black Wall Street in Tulsa, Oklahoma. Sanford, where a vigilante murdered Trayvon Benjamin Martin, being the first to integrate a commercial sport after Jesse Owens with 4 Olympic gold medals, defeating Hitler in Berlin, had to still go through the back door, hearing the N-word from the stands, teammates and opponents. Greatness was his iron will from Branch Rickey's counsel not to ever retaliate. Chadwick Boseman played him, Thurgood Marshall in Black Panther, and a host of other positive icons while the actor was dying from cancer. Or that hammering Hank Aaron recently transitioned from us after breaking Babe Ruth's record. His mother came out to hug him, not just because she was proud of him, but because she figured they could die together. You see, Hank had to hide out in the stadium and the dugout, eat concession stand food for days, not go home because of death threats from Klan domestic terrorists. None of this is remotely in the experience of the hypocritical miscreants to stop the electoral process for people who might be related, upset that the playground of democracy is tanner, browner, younger, less cisgender, unmoved by the traditional fears previously used to control them. They would rather you make your arguments with logic, sense, and poetry before they opt not to vote for your own. Moscow Mitch telling corporate America to stay out of politics. Just shut up and dribble. I mean, it keeps writing those checks. Orange Satan asking for a boycott of Coke, picture with a Diet Coke on his messy desk. Moscow and Orange are neither duck nor goose, seeking to line the pockets of their own suits. They are ghoulish vultures, having the audacity to form their mouths, pointing their fingers to shout, cancel culture.
You were done, right?
Yeah, I'm done. Yeah.
I did that last week. And
drinking beer
I got
right
another
now.
one. Or I did that to someone. I hate that when I accidentally cut someone off.
No, I was saved for the round robin.
Yeah, you have to save it for later.
Right, give it up for Reggie Goodwin.
All the way from North Carolina.
It is easy to see why he would be a shoo-in presidential candidate for 2024.
Hell yes.
Mm-hmm.
Absolutely. Put that on all your social media. Put hashtag Goodwin 2024. Get people talking.
And send $10 to Birdman.
To Birdman 313. He's the campaign manager.
Yep, he's the campaign manager.
Yeah,
Free song.
yeah, he's going to be starting to do the bumper stickers and the T-shirts.
What's the weather like today in North Carolina?
It was 77
Wow.
today. That was the high.
It was really nice today, and it was a little warm today. It was nicer yesterday. It was beautiful yesterday.
Yeah, yesterday it was breezy and dry. I kind of liked that. It got a little warm, but as the night went down, it kind of got cool. I loved it.
A friend of mine went skydiving yesterday.
No.
Something I want to do before I die.
Yeah, I want to do it if I'm dying. So if I turn into Earth Pizza, you'll know why.
I mean, you imagine jumping out of a perfectly good airplane? Just that would be such a rush.
I would rather go to that one on 183, the iFly.
Yeah, it's not the same
and just
though.
hang up there in that big balloon suit.
There's no risk factor.
Hovering in the air, looking like a Missy Elliott video.
Yeah, but you're going to be fine.
I could do that.
When you
Well,
jump out of a plane, you're jumping out of a plane.
That's okay with me.
I like to be living on the edge.
Okay.
Okay, this is scary. There are 2 tweets saying hashtag Goodwin 20.
It has begun.
See what you started?
Okay, you better start working on your campaign promises, Reggie.
I just want to work on my debate with Ted Cruz, or as I would call
Please.
Theodore
No.
Raphael.
You would kick his ass easily. You would kick his ass all the way to pre-K.
Yeah, he's fact-free zone. He is.
Oh my God, he would after you talked, he wouldn't know what to say. He'd just be like, he'd just stop talking. That's it. He wouldn't even have a stupid comeback.
You know, I read an article saying that Ted Cruz knew exactly what he was doing, and he is trying to attract the lowest common denominator and trying to be the next Trump for 2024.
Dear God, no.
Yep.
It's gotten to the point now, whenever I see a Texas mask, I'm just like, ugh, that makes me think of Ted Cruz running to Cancun. Okay, so who is coming up next?
We have another new... What?
Uh-oh, Tom, looks like you're stuttering.
Hello.
I was about to say doodah. I'm sorry, what?
Tom froze. It'll
I'm
come back.
frozen.
There, we can
I'm
hear you now.
frozen. Okay, that's better.
Sometimes
Thank you.
internet connections will like dip in the speed, and that happens at my house sometimes too. The speed will drop, and then it'll pick up all of a sudden.
Yeah, it's like a silent movie.
Yeah.
And I'm talking.
Okay, all of a sudden I just thought of Mel Brooks.
I thought Groucho Marx. Charlie
History of the
Chaplin.
World, Part 1.
Okay.
Yeah. Buster Keaton.
So, coming up next.
Is it somebody live or is it somebody virtual?
Pretty live.
Or is it somebody
Live.
Somebody new.
Or somebody Memorex.
Somebody new. Another new voice, actually.
Okay, wait. Now let me do the intimidating voice. New voice. I love that. I wish I could sound like that all the time.
See?
Thank you.
So,
Thank you, good night.
so first time here on this stage, let's hear it for David Schaeffer.
Okay, let me get him, help him get hooked up over there.
Can you give me more voice than guitar? I play a little loud. Yeah, on your episode, it should be a weird 4 minutes. I've actually played here before, but I guess I didn't make a good enough impression. So this might as well be my first time.
Ooh.
No. All right. Hey, everybody. My name's David Schaeffer. This is a song called The Devil That You Know, and it's dedicated to the demagogues. I was walking across Royal Street, my horn held in my hand, when Sasha shouted in her sleep, there ain't one honest man. But I was quick to judgments as the temperature just rose, and the Sybil at the summit took my working clothes. But I had my good fortune, unlike the confidant whose heart was made an orphan outside of the restaurant. 'Cause there's the devil that you know, and the devil that you don't, and the devil that you show, and the devil that you don't. There's the glitter and the gold, and the bought and the sold. There's the telling and the told, and the wolf in wolf's clothes. Well, the night was inexplicable under the fruity moon, but the water was undrinkable and the poison was perfume. But I listened so intently then to the fool dead on his feet. He came through the port of entry in the rags of his defeat. And when Lena tried to tell him, man, you are what you refuse, She went too far out on a limb and lost what she couldn't lose. Well, there's the devil that you know and the devil that you don't. There's the devil that you show and the devil that you own. There's the glitter and the gold. There's the bought and the soul. There's the lost and the lone and the wolf in wolf's clothes. Well, the sitar played so softly for all of the Union dead, but in my cup of coffee was a cross and an arrowhead. But Maggie said, that's alright. She set fire to her flame, and we blew through every red light from here to Coeur d'Alene. But that was back in the fever, before all the wedding bells. When I ran the 100 meters, she said you can't outrun yourself. 'Cause there's the devil that you know and the devil that you don't. There's the devil that you show and the devil that you own. There's the glitter and the gold in the bought and the soul. There's the telling and the told, the wolf in wolf's clothes. Well, Simon left his umbrella in the lagoon of his despair. I don't know what to tell you, man, I never even saw him there. But can you blame a man for asking just what he's gotta do to get out of laughing his way through the forests of bamboo? And when I look out yonder on this paradisal grove, I see in the marauders a hidden kind of hope. 'Cause there's the devil that you know, the devil that you don't. There's the devil that you show, the devil that you own. There's the devil that you know and the devil that you own. There's the devil that you show and the devil that you own. There's the glitter and the gold. There's the lost and the soul. There's the shining and the shown and the wolf in wolf's clothes. Thank you. Can I do one more?
Sure.
Is that we have time?
Yeah. But of course, he's reaching into his guitar case for his most important tool, the capo.
The capo. I thought the microphone was my harmonica for a second. Just gave it a nice kiss. Song called Ave Maria. The hour arrives when I stand eye to eye with the beast of my confession. And there's blood on the rails and a paper trail leading in every direction. As the thief puts his hands in the pockets of man, mine avoid detection. Until someone says, son, with that chrysanthemum tongue, I'd ask for more than protection. Well, Ave Maria, how could I receive you, beating your drum like the sea? And Ave Maria, how could I believe you, when even your heart haunts me? When it comes so naturally, oh, beat your drum for me. The western stars break through the dark. I saw them, I heard their warning. But this rattling wind is buried within the dead who still live for glory. While this window looks out on a shadow of doubt, my mirage is laid right before me. And when placed in the dirt, the last shall be first, and I'm born again every morning. Ave Maria, how could I receive you, beating your drum like the sea? Ave Maria, how could I deceive you, when even your hate haunts me? When nothing comes naturally, oh, beat your drum for me. Ave Maria, how could I receive you, beating your drum like the sea? Ave Maria, how could I believe you, even your heart haunts me? But it comes so naturally, oh, beat your drum for me. I said, beat your drum for me. It comes so naturally. It comes so naturally. Thank you.
All right. David Schaeffer, ladies and gentlemen. Kind of, your voice kind of has a hint, reminds me anyway. I hope you take this as a compliment. A little bit of Cat Stevens in there.
I've heard that.
Yeah, and the vibrato or something, and something about his voice.
I've totally heard that. Yeah, I hear it.
Thank you.
Yes.
I should plug this. I'm playing at Opa, the coffee shop on South Lamar.
Cool.
On May 5th, Sunday.
Oh no, and I did forget to tell that any performer that performs up here, feel free to pimp yourself.
Oh yeah.
Talk about your SoundCloud, your Bandcamp. If you have any.
All right, you're out of here. Security. No, just.
Bartender, get him out of here.
Those of you online, while David was walking off the stage, he knocked over the trash can or something over here.
One of is the dishwash tub.
No biggie.
It was empty.
Ain't nothing that hasn't happened here during a punk show.
Oh God.
Oh yeah, that's for
If
sure.
you've ever been here during a punk show, we're talking fake blood,
We had the guy that was here at 8 o'clock. The first band just started. This guy was already so trash. He grabbed a monitor and tried to throw it at the singer. We threw him out.
We have it. It's actually on video.
Yeah.
You can see Ernie B and another person here from Kickbutt hustling the guy out the door. It's
He was up here by himself trying to mosh, and there was nobody to mosh with.
yeah. No, it was like 8 p.m. and he was up here like.
He was polluted. This guy was. He was out of it.
So yes, so let's hear it for David Schaeffer,
All right, David Schaeffer.
who has been here before.
Blame him. He
Yes,
screwed up. He screwed up.
David, I am so
He's the
sorry.
one making the list. Blame him. Blame him.
David's like, I'm going to meet you in a
blame
parking lot
goes
after
to him.
the show.
Yes, and I also wanted to make my little PSA. If you want to be in this venue, you have to wear your mask. If you want to perform on this amazing, acoustically perfect, beautifully lit stage, you have to wear your mask. For the exception if you're playing a harmonica.
Or like
That'd be kind of hard to do without.
Yeah, I know that would be weird. It would sound too.
But if you could do it, that'd be amazing too. You know?
It would be. And if you are not actively eating and drinking, you must.
Wear your mask.
Everyone's going to get a straight A today. I love it. I love it. We're almost out of this, people. Let's just keep pressing hard and wear your mask.
Yeah, I think we're on our way back to normal times.
But see,
We're not out of it yet, though.
I don't feel like we're just going to wake up one day and go, it's over. We're kind of going, okay, we're almost away. Oh, no, not yet. Okay, we're almost there. Are we good? No, wait. It's kind of going back and forth.
You know, if the statistics are right, I believe Texas and California are the two highest vaccinated states in the country right now.
Nice.
Yeah.
And so that's a good thing. I think it's like 18%.
Oh, and I do work at Walgreens, just letting you know we're going to start to expand the vaccinations to everybody. You don't have to be in a special class, phase, age, disease, whatever. Yeah. Call them up, make an appointment.
When's that going to start?
I think it's already started because we're starting to set out QR codes all over the store.
Call them
it's
up.
like you go over there and scan it with your phone and set up an appointment.
Come up and move them out.
Walgreens, ladies and gentlemen.
Walgreens, look it up. I'm sorry. I should not be pimping my store.
Hey, Ernie B.
Stop me.
Ernie
What's
B.
that?
Yes.
I was talking with a friend of mine. He's my good friend. He lives in Michigan. He said that the rate up there is 91% that the virus is rising again.
Oh, yeah, Michigan's in bad shape right now.
I heard Michigan's getting a surge.
Yeah, they talking about closing it down one more time.
Yeah, but I heard the governor's going, nah.
Of course the governor's going, nah.
Well, she the one, when she had it closed, she got threatened. They was threatening her.
Remember that?
And people was going, nah, they want her to close it, and she like, nah, that's all right. You didn't want it in the first time, so hey.
Yeah, well, see, we don't want that to happen here.
Yeah.
Okay. Anyway.
All right, Jethro, put your mask on. Okay, so who is coming up next? And please don't point at me and go, it's your turn, Hot Tamale.
We actually have another new voice.
Is it really a new voice? For real? You don't want to...
Shiny and new? Or?
You're new, right?
Yeah. See, he doesn't want to make another snafu like the last performer. Yeah. Okay, so you just looked at him, asked if he was new, and now you're looking up his voice?
Because I'm building suspense.
Looking up his name.
So, first time here.
First time here.
Another first time here on this stage. We've had a lot of those tonight. Let's hear it for Nikolai.
I just want to give a quick shout out to Hot Tamale. We were in the Walgreens parking lot the other night. We were taking acid. We were taking Tic Tacs. You name it, we were taking it.
Hey, that's not supposed to make it over the air.
And she told me it doesn't matter how fat you are. You can get the vaccine. Shout outs to Tom Moon for predicting the coronavirus. Tom, please respond to my LinkedIn requests. Okay, here's my first.
Okay, we'll do.
Yeah, Tom, I haven't been able to get any fucking sleep. Okay. So I've been taking kratom and getting into fights outside of the bingo hall. Here's an impression of that. Hold on, bitch! That ain't 5 in a row! Thank you very much. So I'm writing a movie called Pokemon 1861. It's about a band of southern Pokemon during the Civil War. They're led by a Confederate Pikachu. Here's a cutscene from that. Pika Pika, slavery's not great, but what am I supposed to do? Be fucking poor? Thank you very much. Thank you very much. I don't have COVID. I do have HPV. So I served in Desert Storm. It's a Middle Eastern restaurant. Pretty good hummus. Tom Moon and I were there 2 years ago, and he said, Nikolai, there's a fucking virus brewing in Wuhan, China. And I said, Tom, please don't bring your machete into this restaurant.
Cutting remark, that one.
Thank you, Tom. Tom is my stepdad. Save me a plate when I get home, Tom. Tom makes a mean linguine.
Yeah.
This next one's pretty good. It's not a small penis, it's just a really big clitoris.
Oh.
That's an impression of me at my divorce hearing. Trying to get my son back. I'm a big fan of flossing. It's the closest I've ever come to war. I just picture generations ago people storming the beaches of Normandy, taking machine gun fire to the grill. Tom Moon was there, and then I just picture them seeing me 50, 60, 70 years in the future on the edge of my bed, like, yang, yang, yang. I'm fucking relentless with my guns, dude. I'm the fucking Terminator of plaque. That's what I'm talking about right there. Shouts out to DMX. Tom Moon and I are actually organizing the DMX funeral, so link is in the bio.
He's dead already.
Thank you very much. I have no idea how long I've been up here. It feels like an eternity.
Not long enough.
I've been drinking Bloody Marys. It's like a cup full of salsa.
Oh, yeah.
The downside to having friends is when they jump off a fucking overpass. But the bright side is that it was a Star Wars themed funeral. So I got to walk down the aisle to see my best friend in his coffin. It's like, dun, 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 your son, he's dead, he's fucking dead. His face is... He looked like Darth Vader when he took his helmet off. But I'm a big Star Wars fan, so may the Force be with you, am I right? I'm a big fan of tea. It's lesbian water.
Whoa!
Tom Moon, I think you'll agree with this one. I'm sick of the Beach Boys. I think when Donald Trump wakes up in the morning, his inner monologue is just a Beach Boys song. System of a Down would beat up the Beach Boys with sticks. Like Ernie B and I beat that guy up last week. We tried to throw the monitor at the singer. I just picture Ernie B, Hot Tamale, and I in the Walgreens parking lot beating the shit out of that dude. Tom Moon is there playing his harmonica with a mask on. It can fucking be done.
Yay! Social distance, baby.
I think the reason why white supremacists are so unhappy is because they've never played Pokemon. It is a concept that they would agree with. They can't talk back. Okay, that's my time. Thank you.
Yay!
Let's hear from Nikolai.
All right, Nikolai.
It's all right. Name's
That's
Robert
some seriously
Nikolai.
on the fly shit. Oh my
It is,
god.
yes.
I was like, hey, who told
Tom,
you?
you must have paid him to mention your name.
Wait, what was that, Birdman?
I said Tom must have paid him to mention
I
his
know.
name.
I know.
$15.
I mean, just because
gave you
Tom's a local
$15.
celebrity and
The
all,
check's in the mail.
Damn. Okay, so okay, don't forget about the drink specials. I always want to say bloody Ernie.
I want to make sure I wasn't going to play the same song again.
Okay, good, because you're fucking with my mojo, man.
Sorry.
Yeah, I know.
I stopped you on Bloody.
Yeah, I know. See, I always want to say mimosas and Bloody Marys $4 because before COVID, that's what I would do, and now Jacob's like, don't just pigeonhole with that. Just go with all mixed drinks. Okay, I can deal with that. And Lost in Thought, did you send me the new list? Yes, you did. Okay. So, yeah, I'm not going to do that.
Do what?
Well, see, the next person has their name from a song title,
Oh, yeah,
and I'm
yeah,
really not going to do that because, you want me to do that? Okay, no.
Everyone's like,
I'm not gonna sing it, and Ernie B, he can't do it because of licensing. So all I can say is Neil Diamond. Give it up for the new voice, Caroline.
Sweet Caroline. Da, 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 da.
Thank you. I was going to lick one of these microphones. It's like the third bass I'd gotten to in a fucking year. Also, just because we are allowed to personally plug ourselves, you can find me on Hinge, Bumble, Instagram DM, Snapchat. C. Jenny. Okay, we're not taking it there. Okay, so I'm new to Austin. I moved in August, along with every other Californian and New Yorker. And I'm a Manhattanite, so my friends, they're the loud ones in the corner. They've been trying to coach me to be nicer. And recently, one of my girlfriends was like, it was pouring rain, I don't know why. Well, I guess because climate change. And my girlfriend was like, oh, there's this Texas thing we do when it's raining. You say, it's nice we're getting a little rain. She's like, try it. And I was like, okay, it's nice we're getting a little rain. She's like, great, use it today. Yeah. We drive out to Bastrop to drop off chairs. And we're on, a dirt road. There are chickens running around. We went to this nice man, Raphael. And he was going to sand these chairs down for us. And I'm like, this is my moment. This is it. I'm going to be a Texan. He's not even going to know I'm from New York. And I walk up and I'm like, hi, it's nice we're getting a little rain. And he just stared at me. So then I put myself in the car and drove home. I should also mention that the last time I was on a stage with a microphone, I was singing Someone Like You by Adele. Absolutely not. And I ended up crying halfway through the song and had to excuse myself. That's a true fucking story, sorry. So you have to laugh. When they laugh, you laugh, because I cry really easily. At family events consecutively at least 3 times at Christmas dinner, depending on the wine liquor intake ratio and my emotional stability, which is not good. Okay, so other things that are weird now that I live in Texas. I have a car. Thanks, guys. And I had to put gas in it because I don't have a fucking Tesla. So I go to put gas in it for the first time, and I get out, I'm like, I can do this, psyching myself up. I'm like, I can do this. Cool sound. I can do this. I can definitely do this. So I go to get the gas. I pull up to the pump. I'm on the right side of the car. True story. It took me about 7 minutes to find out where the little hatch thing that's always hidden, that button. You know the button I'm talking about? Always hidden. Nobody thought, Steve Jobs should have gone into cars. It would have been super simplistic if he was there. So I finally figured it out. I go out, I put my credit card in. Nothing. Nothing happens. And I'm looking around, And there's like a nice man at the pump over, and I'm just like, he's like, it's like, okay, so Austin is more like Manhattan than I thought. I get in my car, I drive to another gas pump, like literally on the other side. Dude is still chilling, watching me look like an asshole. I get it to work. It's great. I'm like, first gold star of the day. I went home, I journaled about it. So today, I'm standing at a gas pump this morning, and the minute you plug the gas in, it like lights up and starts playing, I'm assuming paid advertisements. And one of them is Maria Menounos, like her like morning message. Do y'all know who Maria Menounos is? Yeah, she's hella easy to look at. Cute girl. And she tells us that power posing works. Do you know what power posing is? Okay, McKinley, I'm gonna throw your ass out just like the mosh pit person. Seriously, do people know what mosh pit is? Do people know? Okay, could you demonstrate it? Thank you so much. You're a dream. Amazing. No, hands on your hips. Power posing. 30 seconds. It's supposed to increase blood flow and make you feel invincible. It doesn't do shit. I'm not kidding, you guys. I'm the director of HR for a company. I've been telling my team to do it before presentations for 5 years. Doesn't do anything. But Maria Menounos said it might, so take that home with you. My same friends that I talked about before with the it's nice we're getting a little rain, the chairs. She's an interior designer, so she called me probably my second month here, and she was doing an install, meaning the day you move like all the furniture into the house. She's like, hey, I'm really struggling. The guys are still here. They're fixing stuff. Like, can you come help unload stuff out of the car for me? I was like, sure. I show up, and I'm like moving stuff. Like, I'm 6 feet tall, I'm 235 pounds. Like, I can lift things. When I move a couch, I call it like free CrossFit. It's great. It's like the workout of the day. So I'm moving shit around, and she introduces me to her head contractor. His name is Laz. He's a nice guy. He probably comes up to like here on me. But he's not like short. I'm like, oh, it's so nice to meet you. Taylor speaks really highly of you, whatever. He's like, how tall are you? And like, here's the thing. I get that question a lot. And I'm like, oh, I'm 5'11", but I have really good posture. I was a ballerina, so, you know, I stand up really straight, so most people think I'm taller. And he's like, women shouldn't be that tall. Thank you for the feedback. That's it. Thanks, everyone.
All right, give it up for Caroline.
Go ahead, David Cheever.
You know, I've only been to New York City once, and I was only there for 2.5 days, which you cannot do New York City in 2.5 days. And we were staying in Jersey. We were there for a wedding, me and my ex-wife.
With his ex-wife.
Yeah. And
Bitch.
we were there for her sister's wedding, right? And, but, you know, we did the tourist thing. We went downtown, and we took a cab ride up Fifth Avenue. And if you're not familiar with New York traffic or heavy traffic like that, she was like squeezing onto my knees so hard. Cause I mean, it's like, it's like, I can't even explain it. I mean, there's so much traffic, buses and messengers on bicycles, like zipping in and out, and cab drivers are insane, you know? And it's like, and she was like holding my leg, like, it was nuts. It was nuts. And then I can't remember how far north we went, and then we walked all the way back. But
walked?
We walked all the way back. But the cool thing was we went to the Empire State Building, which one does when you're a tourist. But her brother is a surgeon, and we're waiting in line, and there's this long-ass line. He goes and buys express passes for all of us. So which means you go to the elevator in front of everyone else, so we didn't have to wait like an hour.
Kind of like Fiesta, Texas, the express pass.
Yeah, we didn't have to wait for an hour to get up there. But I still want to go back. I mean, I was like this close. You know what? Just leave me here. I'll find work, you know. I mean, there's work. There was work. I mean, I'm an engineer. Production. I was looking everywhere. It's like I could work. I could start working right now. But I had to come back to Texas.
Sigh.
But yeah, I do want to go back to the city. It's amazing. And then we had dinner one night on the Jersey side, and I walked out by myself. Nobody wanted. The lights went down, and they had this big old picture window, and I saw the city come to life at night. It started glowing, and I asked anybody, "You want to walk down to the shore and look?" Nobody wanted. They were all gabbing, and I was like, "Oh, screw y'all." I went by myself, and the whole city was lined up, lit up. You could see all the planes coming down. I guess they were landing in LaGuardia. I don't know, and you could just see them like you look north, and they were just lined up, just coming in. The water taxis going up and down the Hudson, and the whole city just hums. It's like it has this 60 cycle hum, and it's just amazing how much.
He's a sound engineer. He's always.
It does. It hums. It literally hums the city, and it just
doesn't know the word.
Yeah, and it's just so much life there. It's just like this is like the pinnacle of humanity, It's like right here. This is it. This is New York City. It was like, for someone who's never been there, it was just overwhelming. And I've been to Chicago. I'm from Chicago, and I was still blown away. So okay, I'm done. That was my New York rant.
That was his hashtag. I'd love to go back to New York City. PSA.
Mm-hmm.
I like that one. Yeah.
We went to the Ginger Man. There's a club called the Ginger Man. A club? Yeah, a club, or it was like on the third floor of some building somewhere. And
didn't you say it was like 3 PM? Everybody was wasted, or something?
Yeah, across the building across the street. There was some people. There was a part. It was like 3 PM. They were already wasted. I mean, it's like it's true. Huh? Yeah, it's like the city. Like they say, the city that never sleeps. It's true. It's just like it's just awake all hours of the day.
I think that's one thing that Austin seriously needs, like a 24-hour pizza place.
Mm-hmm. With delivery.
Stop me if I'm wrong, especially when it's 3 AM and the only place you can go is Tyson's.
See, I lived in LA. I lived in Hollywood, but it's a different animal. Los Angeles is spread out everywhere. New York City is tall. It's stacked, like that. It's completely different.
Okay, so oh shoot. I didn't bring my phone with me. It's plugged up. So who is coming up next? Don't forget about the drink specials. Mixed drinks, $4. Cookies, soft pretzels. We also have pizza, hand stretched.
Buy, purchase, consume. Enjoy.
And I love your Gudetama shirt. It looks like a bowl of ramen.
I just noticed that.
I saw it when he was getting on the list. I was like, egg. Okay, go ahead.
So, coming up next.
We
haven't seen her in a bit. Let's hear it for Michelle.
Michelle.
Yeah, I love New York. I have a cousin that lives in Long Island. I like taking that train backwards and everything. It's awesome up there. Well, welcome. What's your favorite thing about Austin?
My friends.
Your friends? Okay. All right. That's good.
Good answer.
That's good. Go wildflowers? Okay. All right. Well, I'm trying to change my schedule, like from the spring, because we all kind of hibernate in the winter and sleep more, and it's hard. I've been kind of getting up at 7:30 and just working, so just trying to stay on that schedule. And I kind of want to like half my life, because I'm middle aged, so I want to have like my next half of my life to kind of see more sunrises and sunsets. So that's kind of like my goal, and you kind of get more creative in the morning time too. You're kind of like, oh man, I wish I would have written that down or recorded that or whatever. But anyway, I haven't really written that much new stuff lately, so I'm going to read in honor of Easter, since I wasn't here like last time. I've been kind of busy on my new book, but I'm going to read 3 for Easter, so that's what it's going to be, okay? All right. These are, by the way, from my books that are on Amazon. They're called GGG. It's a trilogy. It's called The Grief, the Grace, and the Glory. And they got an 8.6 out of 10. So here's, this one's called Redeemed.
Can you point the microphone down just a little bit like this?
Oh, Ernie? Okay, yeah.
Yeah, just point it down to there.
Like
You
this?
go.
All
Yeah.
right. Okay,
Thank you.
sorry. I wasn't talking right into it. Okay. All right. Hey, man, that makes it's like a light switch went off. All right. All right. Give me a bad man gone good, who's changed his ways, who's understood to make better plans, holding God's hands, who's done breaking hearts, making fresh starts, and healing hurt souls. I'm so done with the old. It's never too late to come out clean, nothing more beautiful than someone redeemed, because no one in this world should do it alone, the loneliness unbearable with them gone. Trying to move on from the pain of divorce is like dealing with a whole other life force. You go up for battle all wounded and scarred, it makes the impossible just plain hard. You see, God never meant for it to be this way, with just one man or woman to share a lay, but that one person so tender and true that stands by your side closer than glue. Never give up on someone who's right, hold them so tight, never leaving your sight. Give me a bad man gone good, who's changed his ways, who's understood, who's made better plans, holding God's hands, who sees that his life is changed by his wife. Because it's never too late to come out clean, nothing more beautiful than someone redeemed. That one's called Redeemed. Okay. All right. So the next one I'm going to read is called The Righteous Man. The righteous man understands that with God he can do anything. On eagle's wings he's mounted up. Odds against him are stacked up. Voices inside don't give up. Insurmountable obstacles to obstruct. A convoy of 18-wheeler trucks. Talk about your great Goliaths. No problem for him. On green pastures he lieth. All his needs the Lord supplieth. A hero in his highest form. Conceived from love, he is born. Most heroes spend their time alone, pining for some purpose or someone. The life of the righteous is far from easy. The stuff he goes through might make others queasy. The righteous man follows God's plan, answers to no man, and understands that with only God he can. That's the righteous man. Thank you. All right, and the last one is just a reminder that, about what God did on the cross. And basically, he is an infinite God that suffered 3 hours for an eternal punishment. And God saw that as fit. So he was a sacrificial lamb. All of God's wrath went down on him. And, it was finished. And they knew that it was the Lord, because the storm came and there was complete darkness. And the temple, the Holy of Holies, cracked. Now, anytime there's earthquakes, God means business. I guess y'all saw the Ten Commandments. When they were idol worshiping that golden calf, he didn't have any tolerance. But he gave them a choice before he opened up the earth. He said, those who are on God's side, come here. But the rest just went straight to hell. It was that's pretty terrifying. Anyway, this poem is called "It Is Finished." It is finished, said the good Lord our God, but some won't accept it. Don't you find that odd? That he paid a ransom with his blood that day. We were all damned, but he found a way to redeem us from sin. A perfect lamb was slain. It was the only way, giving eternal life, which no one deserves. Our righteous acts, filthy rags, we are all but worms. But if you are thirsty to learn, just know that eternal life cannot be earned. We all deserve to burn. Then away from sin turn. To live holy you must yearn, the Spirit to guide and protect. Satan's evil reject, his majesty respect. It is finished, said the good Lord our God. But some won't accept it. Don't you find that odd? Thank you.
All right, give it up for Michelle. Okay, don't forget about the drink specials. All mixed drinks, $4. What's your favorite? Go over to the pirate Jacob and see if he can make it for you.
Arg, matey. He make it whatever you like.
Arg.
Okay, Ernie, you also got to do your PSA.
Buy, purchase, consume, enjoy. It doesn't have the same impact like it used to.
Nah, it used to like shock people out of their
Well,
chairs.
because
Like,
I would do it when it would get real quiet. It would scare the hell out of everyone.
yeah, it still scares me sometimes.
Scare them into buying stuff.
Yeah. Okay.
Okay, just don't do that anymore. I'll buy something.
Just stop, please. Okay, let me see. Okay. Oh, oops. Alrighty, so we are actually coming close to the end of our original list. If you have already performed on stage and would like to perform again,
Thanks for coming out,
come
man.
over to Majestically Awkward here, and he will put you down on the list once more. Ernie, did you collect his leaving early
Oh wait,
fee?
yeah. Hold on. It's $20, man. It's free to come in, but it's $20 to leave.
Hey, get back over here. No.
I don't think he's gonna pay.
One of these days, it's gonna work.
Just mark that down on the list. He owes us $20.
Alrighty, coming up next, we have a new voice.
New voice.
Hey, I actually made that sound intimidating. even
Without
with-
the echo, yeah.
I know. See, I'm starting to learn how to play with the microphone.
That's what she said.
Thank
Thank you. Try the veal.
He's a very talented sound engineer, ladies and gentlemen. But like I said, we've got a new voice coming up to the stage. Give it up for Mark.
What's going on? My name is Mark. I'm from New York as well, but I grew up.
Oh man, New
I
York
grew
in the
up
house.
I grew up in the Bronx, the projects, and I had to grow up early. So my poems are kind of depressing. I apologize. But the first one is called my Mind House, right? So I got multiple floors. One is to talk to people. The other one is my way of thinking. The other one is my memories, and I'll let you guess what the other one is. I sit in this house filled with antique furniture, always wanting to do spring cleaning, but never feeling ready to take on such an enormous task. My house has an attic, 2 floors, and a basement. The first floor has dusty pictures of my family and friends for visitors to feel at home and to always feel cherished. We'll eat, laugh, and drink together, and then they will leave. Once gone, I will go to my room on the second floor. It's messy. Clothes everywhere. Empty pizza boxes and candy wrappers on hardwood floors covered with a sticky substance. I push my trash away through the mess, and I move the trash and find my bed and just lay down and cover myself with an empty U-Haul box. This is the life, I think to myself. I wake up the next day with a molded pizza glued to my face. Disgusting. It's time to take a shower. I hobble to the bathroom and turn on the hot water. It's cold. Must be something wrong with the boiler. I'll check on it later. I begin my day by taking a trip to my attic, where my most prized possessions are, like my first hookah set. I would go to the top of the apartment buildings and light up and smoke all day, wanting to touch the clouds while making clouds. Or my favorite lighter. To everyone else, it's a regular Bic lighter that doesn't work anymore. But to me, it's memories of me and my boy on the Upper East Side or through Van Cortlandt Park in pitch black night whenever Problems was at home. And most importantly, my cross-country jersey. 3 years of my life dedicated to the best sport, hands down. I used to feel like nothing can touch me while I was running a 3.1. I felt like time would freeze as soon as I would take off and start up again at the finish. Okay. No more procrastinating. I go back to my room, dig through the mess, and find the key to the basement. My least favorite room. But at one point, this was actually the place to be. Picture this, the smell of artificial cherries, bright lights with Guitar Hero on standbys after a long day of work. Shag carpeting and beanbag chairs to sink into and jam to some Leonard Skinner. And on the walls, pictures of nature from rainforest to desert and graffiti done by yours truly. I open the door now to the smell of mildew and iron, and the sight of roaches pouring out, the stairs sopping wet from whatever was upstairs at one point, the shag carpeting matted with blood stains running through it, posters ripped off the walls, and beanbag chairs leaking their stuffing. There's fist-sized holes in the walls and broken glass everywhere. I hate it down here. Now it's a place I used to hate myself in private, and I remember why every hole is there, and why there's broken glass everywhere. And no matter how many times I try to tidy up, I still remember what I use this room for now. Posters can only hide so many holes, and scented candles can only do so much for the smell of blood. I hear a knock on the door and immediately run up the basement stairs to answer it. It's usually no one important, but it's always good to have a distraction from this house. That's the first one. Thank you. All right. The second one is called The Artist. Why is it so hard to open up? I'm here for you. Let me in. Goodbye. I can't do this anymore. I am letting you in, but like a mouse, I come out quietly, and if you're not paying attention, you will miss me and only see the clue I will leave behind to let you know I was there. Emotions are complex. My thoughts are complex. This life is complex, but like an artist, I paint a beautiful mosaic, never showing my work until completed, because being critiqued before you're done is the worst feeling ever. But for you, sweetie, I will show you my paintings before they're painted. I will let you sit by my side as I splatter acrylics across my canvas. I will not lose you to a half-finished piece. But there will be times where you must be patient. There will be times where I don't have the colors, so instead I use something else that doesn't make sense to you or I. There will be times where I'll find it easier to paint with the lights off in solitude, not because of you, just because it's easier for me. There will be times where I'll break my brushes in frustration for no reason but that I feel like I'm not good enough. But as long as you stay patient, I will continue to get back up and find the will to paint again. But the problem with letting you sit by my side as I paint is my muse will no longer be the morning sky nor a moonlit night, but instead you. You are a beautiful piece in itself, which is why I'm afraid to let you sit beside me. I'm afraid to let you into my art studio. I'm afraid that after you become my muse, you will leave, and I will have no reason to paint again. Thank you.
That was quite a mirror.
All right, give it up for Mark, new voice.
You know, it's funny. Last week, we had two completely different people, both from Chicago.
Oh,
and
yeah.
Today, we have two completely different people, both from New York City.
And I also got to mention to the New York folks, we recently lost
Brian Lamont.
Brian Lamont, who wasn't he from Brooklyn? I know his mom was from Jersey. I think he was Brooklyn.
Yeah.
And if you met him, you'd never forget him. He was pretty much tattooed from head to toe. He looked like a Hell's Angel, but he was a Renaissance man. He was a chef. He was an artist. He was a poet.
Well educated too.
I think he went to Vassar. Everybody credited him as his best friend. He was friends with everybody he met. He could give a wicked reflexology massage. He'd just bend you over and how was that? Whoa! And his mom read tarot cards, and I swear, this guy, I can't say enough about him, but he would laugh like the Count from Sesame Street. I mean,
like everyone else would be done laughing. He's still.
And he was that indicator. If I said something funny and he laughed, I'd like, okay, I'd keep going. But if he didn't say anything, I'd be like, oops, he didn't laugh. I got to keep going.
I gotta say, you said you were from the Bronx, right? Again, I've only been to New York once for like 2.5 days. I didn't get far from downtown at all.
He hung from the Merrill Lynch bull's horns.
Yeah, I did do that. But no, the Bronx seems a lot to me. I'm from Chicago, the suburbs, but I've been to the city a lot. The way you're describing it, the Bronx seems a lot like Cicero in Chicago. If you've ever been there,
Yes.
right? Birdman, you've been there.
Yes.
A rougher part of town, pretty much, and especially back in the '70s, man. I remember one time we were getting in the car. I was just a kid. We were getting in the car, and I saw my dad get one of those small little bats, and he put it in the driver's seat down by the, right here. I go, Dad, what's that for? He goes, we're going through Cicero. So he had that bat there just in case, you stop at a light or a stop sign and.
Oh, a baseball bat.
A baseball bat.
Like a little mini.
A small.
I was thinking like
something that he could just pull out and go, bah,
Yeah, he's gonna pull out a winged bat and swing it at you.
Because it was known. I mean, because my folks had a nice car. They had good jobs. We had a nice car. You would stop at a light and they'd surround your car, and some guy's standing there with a bat or chains and don't move, and they'd steal your tires while you wait. You couldn't do anything about it. You just have to sit there and let them do it.
Okay.
What are you gonna do?
So.
Hello, AAA. My tires are getting stolen right now.
As we speak.
As we speak.
But see, you couldn't do that. There was no cell phones back then. So you just had to grin and bear it. Now you got OnStar.
OnStar. Okay.
So yes,
and you know what? That doesn't work right either.
No, and sometimes put you on hold and stuff.
But coming up next one.
Next, go ahead, Lost in Thought. Do it.
Do it to the limit.
Aren't you looking?
See, use the microphone. Just you're on stage.
I really do apologize for my fellow host here because his poet name is Lost in Thought, and it's a very well-deserved definition.
And his shirt does say majestically awkward.
He was looking at the list while we were coming.
No, I was asking him. I was saying he hasn't been here before. By the way, you won't tell anyone I asked, right?
But see, it was actually on the list that he's a new voice.
Yes.
So why'd you ask?
Because I want to make sure. It's our little secret.
Introduce the man.
I did ride the subway when I was in New York. We went under the Hudson into the city, right there by. Back then it was Ground Zero. They were still digging it out, and as soon as those subway doors open, you can't just walk out and go. You got to move because everybody just busts out of that thing, and you got to haul ass.
Yeah. So coming up next, we have a new voice.
New voice.
Let's hear it for Max.
Woo-hoo!
Ladies and gentlemen, there's just been informed there's a white car outside with the trunk pop open. I don't know if that's one of y'all's or just some random person. Oh, I see it from here. Yeah, it's it looks like a Honda or something. I can't tell, but the trunk's open.
It's parked facing the road. What's it?
I got a lot of harmonica players today. You don't see that a lot. And again, I'm just stalling for time because dead air,
Sorry, guys. Sorry.
That's all right. That's what we're here for. It was, the admission was free, so it's not like we're getting, it's not like we gotta pay our advertisers. And we're brought to you by. Where's the mighty? We do sterilize our microphones, and we sterilize them with Mighty Mist spray. This is the spray that trumpet players use to sterilize their mouthpieces, but it works great on microphones and leaves them minty fresh. We don't get any money for saying that, but I wish we did, like 25 cents or something to help. See, he's playing that same song the other guy played, tuning?
Yes, thank you
They're from China.
All right, I think he's ready.
Yes. Hello, people. That's probably good, right? The song's called The Roof.
Yeah, the roof ain't high enough for me to die forever. Might as well jump, break my legs again. If it means I get your loving. Yeah, this roof has a nice sunset. I ain't looking at it, I'm looking at you, looking at me. It's alright, it's quite nice. And I know love ain't been sincere, and it always brings you to tears with this right here, baby. It's for real. I know love ain't been sincere, and it always brings you to tears with this right here, baby. It's for real. Yeah, this kitchen is burning red hot. I ain't cooking anything. I got you on the counter. Man, you should have seen her. Oh, looking good. Baby, right there. Yeah, this force between us is keeping you away. Are you just scared, baby? You're scared you're gonna lose me before you even have me. Don't you worry, it's gonna be alright. I know love ain't being sincere, and it always brings you to tears with this right here, baby. That's for real. I know love ain't being sincere, and it always brings you to tears with this right here. That's for real. And it always brings you to tears, but this right here, baby, that's for real.
Oh, key change.
Thank you. I think my harmonica falling apart. All right, this song's called Betty Bond.
From an old, I rushed her back inside. I called, there's no room in the hospital. I gotta say, Penny, I ain't feeling too good myself. I'm aching, shaking, sweating on the ground. I'm praying, no medicine on the shelf. I gotta say, Penny, I don't got no coverage till next August. Well, let's go. I'm gonna die, but I'm sure we'll be next. Yeah, Betty Bond, you're gonna live much longer than us. My body just don't think it was good enough. Yeah, Betty Bond, you're gonna live much longer than us. I took care of my body, just don't think it was good enough. Yeah.
for Max. Oh my God. I was telling Ernie B, you've definitely got that Bob Dylan flair.
Hell yes.
But he's in tune.
And you can understand what he's saying.
And he's not talking like this. He actually, you could actually understand him. So yes, Max. Oh my God, please come back.
Yes.
Oh, and
just a reminder to everyone: we will be off next Sunday. We're gonna have a band playing here. You're welcome to come watch the band, but we'll be back the following Sunday.
Ernie B will be here. Ernie B is always here when it comes to matters of sound. But me and Lost in Thought will not be here.
Mm-hmm. But no, that was awesome.
It was.
Bob Beetle.
No, you can't compare, man.
Nope.
Don't do that.
No, Bob Beetle sounded like Dylan.
Yes, he did completely.
Max sounds like he sounds like Dylan, but like you said, in tune.
He had that
intelligent.
His guitar sound, yeah.
Very strong. Very strong player.
The flavor. Yeah.
Very, very good harmonica solo too.
Yes.
Man, oh my God.
I was just mentioning Bob Beetle's name. I didn't say
it. Yeah, but we know where
Bob
you were going
Beetle.
with that, man. So.
Yeah, man, if there's anything I can't stand is when a new artist comes out and they say, he's the new Michael Jackson.
Hey, thanks for coming out.
He's the new Prince. Have a good night.
Come back again and see us.
I can't stand that comparison shit. That drives me up a wall. I'm like, nah, why can't they be who they are?
Exactly.
They don't have to replace anybody.
Yes.
That's my rant and vent. Okay.
I've never been able to play the harmonica. My dad was a musician also, and I used to ask him when I was a kid because he played guitar. And I go, Pop, what do you ever play harmonica? And he's like, no. He's like, he could never get it. He just never. He said he tried it once and it just wasn't him. And it's a different thing because you got to concentrate. It's like kind of like singing and playing, but playing harmonica and playing, rubbing your belly and patting your head. It's another animal. And
his dad would do a killer Johnny Cash.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Boo. Okay. So, Lost in Thought. Who is coming up next? I don't know. Who? Well, first of all, before we bring up the next performer, I got to remind you that the bar has delicious drinks and delicious eats to treat yourself to. They also have some delicious iced coffee concentrate that you might want to take home and treat yourself for the rest of the week.
Yes.
So you're like, you know what? Starbucks, who?
Oh no!
Yes, I said that.
Jacob can whip up like a wicked like espresso shot, but like with a little bit of liquor in it.
Oh yeah, espresso and whiskey.
Sometimes when I forget,
It'll make you feel good and woo!
I usually hit a 5-hour energy shot before. Did I get one today? I did.
Yeah, you did.
I did. Okay.
Can't you tell you're acting like a hummingbird?
I can't remember. But when I forget, I'll ask him to make one of those for me, and it works.
Yep. But you.
And he leaves.
Do you really not remember who's coming up next?
I remember. I was just
say.
fucking with you. Oh my
and there's
God.
Kickbutt t-shirts too.
Yes, there are Kickbutt Coffee merch. Over there up at the top shelf, there are different coffees from different regions all over the world.
Yep.
And below that, we have Kickbutt shirts, we have jerseys, we have t-shirts, we have tank tops. Go over there and style and say, fuck yeah, I went to Kickbutt.
And if you like lean in close and ask Jacob, you can go, I'd like some of the Kickbutt sex toys. No, we don't have any. We don't have any of those.
No,
I'm joking.
Used to have.
No. That's from Birdman's app.
I was trying to get a rise out of the audience. He said rise.
Dun, 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 dun. But coming up next to the Spoken and Heard live stage,
Vivo.
You know him, you love him, you can't hear him. Give it up for Lost in Thought.
Well, I actually just wrote this just now, so this is very new shit.
New shit.
All right. Pinhead, Chucky, Freddy, Jason, Candyman, and my personal favorite, The Crypt Keeper. These were the kind of cinematic influences I grew up with, and even with the bloodshed on celluloid and nightmarish darkness sneaking into the suspense of the quiet, stalking a fantasy man-made in its portrayal, I have never felt the desire to pick up a gun and shoot anyone. I am so fucking sick and tired of killers desperately clinging a transparent ploy for sympathy and saying that horror movies made them do it. It's not my fault, it's Wes Craven's. I couldn't possibly be held responsible. Take a look at what you have created. Take a look at what you have created, society, because the monster hiding under your beds was there long before I came along. And politicians, racking up shameless votes by pandering to a mainstream American fear that our children are in danger. Don't you see? Little Johnny's learning how to be a maniac because of what you parents have done. Committing the grave error of having killer dolls babysitting your children. Look at you. Meanwhile, the actions these politicians have committed, denying climate change, completely taking down any regulations, not regulating masks or social distancing, and they end up racking up a bigger body count than any of these fake, made-up killers could even aspire to. You want to see a cold-blooded, remorseless, sadistic murderer? Look into the eyes of a public figure wearing the plastic of a fake smile with gleaming teeth, glowing underneath the slyness of their sharply upturned mouths, churning out lies to service only themselves while lying to your face, saying that you are important to them, when they would be the same ones to push you out of the way during a zombie apocalypse, even when it's just one far off into the distance, because their shallow servitude is built on the emotionless calculation of themselves and only themselves. Friends, family, doesn't matter. You're all disposable. Hey, you want to talk about the dangers of society? Okay, let's talk about these churches that allow the blame the killer with the movie prop for a weapon. Let's talk about how they condemn homosexuality and put trans people in the categories of evil, contributing to suicide rates. Let's talk about their quiet racism and their support of figures that would assault their daughters because the superficial values they hold are trapped in the family portrait, all painted with smiles and recipes that are closer to their hearts than their own children. Let's talk about them seeming to condone absolutely terrifying untruths about Mexicans, black people, and any non-white that is perpetuated by a fear that they are no longer in control. Let's talk about how they call themselves Christian, shaming prostitutes while their true savior befriended one. Doing the tisk-tisk to women displaying any power of sexuality because their hypocrisy relies on the all-powerful dick. And I mean that in every possible sense of the word, because only a man desecrating the American flag by seeing all those stars and stripes as separate from each other, and the red that bleeds forth with a sadistic pride saying, "This is war, son!" defending their land against anyone that they see as a threat. The ones that are walking forth with no weapons, no motive, and no harm, and then maim or kill them anyway. Because nothing says love thy neighbor than intruding into your territory, completely defying the effects of a virus that has claimed more lives than Freddy could even dream of. What a lesson to teach your kids that life doesn't matter as much if it's not someone who's heterosexual, white, and non-trans. But oh, it's the horror movies that are going to ruin our children.
I only play it short because he's already on stage, so.
I'm not there yet.
Okay, well.
All right, love is love. It's Adam and Steve, and not just Adam and Eve. Give it up for Lost in Thought.
Yay.
So, Lane, what are you trying to say? I'm kidding. I always fuck with him on that.
I was actually thinking about that a few nights ago when that, I think it was the one that killed all those Asian women. It's like horror movies made me do it.
No.
You know what?
Wasn't he the one that said he was just having a bad day?
Oh no, that was the fucking cop.
You know what it is? You know what it is
What?
that people always try to blame movies and video games for the problems these psychopaths have.
They fail to see that all the terrorists
No,
are,
you know,
are white
no. You
conservative
know what it
males.
is. What it is through the years you can't spank your kids anymore. Hashtag bring back the belt. Because all it took is one or two from your dad, boom on your ass, and you're a kid, and that's it. You're in line now. You don't want to have
No. When I was little, you'd hear the belt on the wall. Whack!
Yeah, and see, you can't do that no more, because the kids will call, I'm being abused. Like.
No. The worst thing when I was growing up, the worst thing you could ever hear is when your mom would say, wait till your father gets home.
Oh, yeah. Because that's the last thing he wants to deal with after a long day at work. He's got to deal with your ass.
You're just like, you know what, okay, I'm going to give my records to my little sister.
When I knew I was in trouble, when I'd get home, I would just beeline up the stairs, go to my room and shut the door and get in bed. It'd be like 8 o'clock and I'm already in bed.
Why have I been swaying all
night?
And
then I hear my dad from downstairs, Ernie, calling me like, oh shit. A hairbrush? Oh, high heel action.
Okay, my mom. Okay, you remember those little games with the rubber ball and the paddle? When the rubber ball broke off, that was used on us.
Your mom kept the paddle.
Yeah. That's why when little kids be playing with that, I was like, that shit ain't funny, man.
Oh, and another thing my dad used to make us do is me, my sister, and my cousin, too. He'd make us kneel in the corner, kneeling up, nose to the wall in the corner for like an hour. And he'd be like, oh, God.
Ooh.
Oh,
kneeling on
no,
rice?
No.
Ow.
Yeah, we had carpeting, so...
Ooh. Oh.
You guys online?
Okay. Ernie, go ahead and repeat it.
I can't hear everything.
What was his name? I'm sorry, I forgot.
Mark.
Mark from the Bronx. He's you guys online. He's talking about he'd have to kneel in the corner, and they have to put his hands up, and if his hands, your hands went down.
No. So your hands stay up the whole entire time.
Oh, your hands stay up. And they put
They would
rice
make him kneel on rice.
On rice.
Bare knees.
Ow.
With your hands up in the air and nose against the wall. Like, oh, shit.
Okay, they used to do that shit to prisoners of war in Vietnam.
Damn.
Yeah, but see, you learn.
Oh.
You learn. You don't want to go through that no more.
My mom used to do this. Whatever's in reach, that's what you get beat with tonight.
Oh, yeah. He's like, again, you guys online, he's reaching his hands out. He was like, my mom's like this. Whatever's in reach, you're getting beaten tonight with that.
Well, see, that's why when my mom would say, wait till your father gets home, I'd sneak into my mom and dad's room and hide his belt.
I remember one time, me and my cousin, who's 2 years older than me, we were screwing around. I don't know what we did. We came home late. We came home after dark. And we were walking home. My grandmother was waiting outside, and we saw her break a branch off the tree, a switch. And she started walking towards us, and me and my cousin bumped into each other. We ran back to the park, and we hid underneath the merry-go-round. We were scared. We were so scared. I'd never been so scared. And she was coming at us like the Terminator.
I always picture her like Terminator 2, the melted metal man, where he's just like...
Oh, we didn't want to go home. We were like scared. It got dark outside. It's like, we got to go home, but no. We were so scared. Scared the living hell out of us, man.
Hey.
Everything, and since I grew up in the project, so anybody that saw me, they'd be like, he deserved it.
No. Oh man, they sold you out, man.
Yeah, again, you guys online, he's talking about like his mom was like, wait till we get home. Wait till we get home. Oh yeah.
Oh.
Good night, Michelle.
That was
good seeing you again.
That was the worst thing you could say to a kid. Wait till we get home. And no. My mom, she's in her 80s right now, but she still gives me the look. All she has to do is give me the eyebrow, where she gets just like that. Her and all her sisters can give me the eyebrow, and I'm like,
Tom Moon applying eye drops there.
Yep.
So
What kind of Australian motherly love discipline would you get in Australia?
yeah, I gotta hear this.
Well, I hate to tell you the truth, but I grew up with a slap in the face, punch in the face. Whenever I was learning, I made a mistake, I was always hit for it. And it basically taught me not to do that to other people. So I turned to poetry, and that doesn't cause much harm to other people physically. So, I've been through that outrageous treatment of people with, electric fry pan cords. Has anyone been hit with those?
Yes.
Yeah,
Yes.
smart, yeah. Working class torture, working class abuse.
So,
and don't want to repeat it. So thanks for asking, but that's the end of that. That was what we grew up with.
Thanks for bringing up those memories, Ernie B.
I'm gonna be sending you my therapy bill.
But it works, though. You learn, and I think that's the big problem with a lot of kids these days. Parents don't discipline their kids, and they get away with murder now.
But see,
literally.
But see, with my kids
Yeah.
now, I don't know if you've ever heard that meme where kids got a middle name, so you know when your parents are serious. Yeah. So if you hear Mark Anthony, oh shit. Yeah. So and my middle name is Jean, so they'd be like, Deborah Jean, get over here.
Hey, Max, right? Yeah. Thanks for coming out, man. Come back, man.
Again, do we have anybody next?
We're off next week, but we'll be back the week after.
Thank you, guys.
Max,
Thank you.
Max.
Please come back.
So I was going to say, hot Molly.
Yes.
Why have I been swinging all night?
You swing every night.
Swinging?
Yes, you do.
He does, right?
For 10 years, we've watched you sway. It's not even the Rolling Stones.
No, I've noticed because I'll go back, like tomorrow night or the night after, I'll go back and review the video because I've been putting the time markers in there. And the whole time, Lane's just bouncing back and forth like that.
Okay.
You never
Who's
stop
coming up
moving.
next? Come on.
Okay,
come on.
So coming back
enough
up to our
jibber-jabber.
virtual stage, let's hear it for Tom.
Oh, baby, here we go.
Featuring his koala bear.
Mushrooms, mushrooms, mushrooms. Signs in South Austin spring up like mushrooms. I believe in science as opposed to what? Superstition of Mormons refusing blood transfusions, natural cures stolen from Chinese medicine. Science also makes cloning, experiments with human beings. I know, I actually get paid for pharmaceutical research from Pfizer to Pharmaco. I take what they worry about. I remember Dow Chemicals in Vietnam, napalm and Agent Orange. I recall Nazi Dr. Joseph Mengele and the illusion of a pure race. CIA doctors administered LSD, others Tuskegee syphilis. My only faith is trust in truth. And who best administers that? Belief is a hollow Zardos. One pill makes you larger, the other makes you small, and the one that mother gives you doesn't do anything at all. Still, we take the pill as a cure-all. Penicillin no longer works, superbugs and side effects, metformin's bad for your kidneys. We'll still take our daily dose as directed. I have no science to tell me what is true, and the only ones I've got left to talk to are you, and you're made of gardens. So you legalize all weeds, please. But the crabgrass and the chokers, Gilt and St. Augustine. You are made for spring sunshine, but you spin by the moon tonight. Ariadne and the shadows calls to you, snake and lizard too. You came from the heavens, so you wish to return. You burn like stars did once. You shine. Connected to sun, moon, stars, all elements call your name. There is glass as your transparency. Stay clear, conscious, connected. All call your secret name. You begin again. You change your dreams, because everything is history now. Year down the plug hole, not to be returned. Musicians hungry for a real live audience. Resurrect residency inside bubbles. Double vaccinated, mask and distance is still this fragility of temporary attention. We talk out our desires to actually get together around kitchen tables, positing perfections cannot blow back, look only forward. Now the traffic is on speed, politics on weed, homeless and refugees have needs, street of lined tents in Austin, votes against them, past resurrect, but this is different. Even optimists sing variants. Third world hungry, first world angry. We are more than Uber, Tesla, more than Amazon, Netflix. And when workers wish to unionize, why not? Maternity leave, equal rights, voting power, basic love, basic wage, care and consideration these days, love and healing, Reiki or meditation. Repeat as required, please. Repeat as required, please. Repeat as required, please. Repeat.
All right, give it up for my fellow pagan, Tom Moonbird. Oh, yeah. Oh, God, I'm steaming up. I'm so fucking hot.
You know, when Tom was saying about the discipline, like literally getting slapped or punched in the face, it doesn't surprise me because Australians in general seem very rugged. You know, like they're very, the men especially, are very, and the women too, for that matter. I mean, they don't mess around. You know, I mean, and
okay, I'll take it.
Oh God, I got to get to Australia. I want to go there so bad. That's another goal. I want to go back to New York, but I want to go to Australia.
Well, maybe one of these days your band will tour Australia.
Well, I got to get a new set of tires on my truck.
Oh God!
So I can get to Australia because the tires I have won't make it.
Alrighty, so coming up, we are starting our new list. So coming up next to the stage, we have Gabe Bigford.
Yay, Gabe! Yay, Gabe!
That's me on the trombone.
Yeah, it is.
No, it's not.
All right, I'm up again. Let's see if it works out.
Yeah, you.
I'm 20 years old. I graduated from high school 2 years ago, and I have a friend who's a dad. Crazy, huh? I don't know if that's your thing, do it. But my advice is, if you ever get baby fever, get a plant. You know, a plant's a lot like a kid.
Yes.
You gotta feed it. You gotta give it some love. And if you leave it in a hot car unattended, the consequences aren't as bad. I'm from Liberty Hill. I'm not from the city. I had to drive a while to get here. The city's kind of weird. You can just like smoke weed in the street. I'm from Williamson County. If you smoke weed in your car, the SWAT team just pulls up 20 seconds later.
That's right. That's right. Yep.
My sister, she's 16 years old. She's addicted to vaping. All of her friends vape. Always got a vape in their mouth. It's weird. You see all these ads on TV. They're like, how do we stop these kids from vaping? Let's give them facts. Let's give them the real story. But that's not how you talk to a teenager. That's not how you get a teenager to do what you want them to do. You gotta embarrass them. This is what the commercials need to be like. You see the mom pull up to school, the girl rushes out of the car, she's talking to her friends, and the mom comes out and she's like, hey, sweetie, did you forget your vape? And then never vape again. It would end. Vaping would become obsolete. But, you know, I'm just some idiot up here telling jokes. I don't make the decisions. Anyways, man, I have a whole bunch of more stuff. I went to a restaurant the other day. It was an open floor plan. I'm sitting down at my my table, and I look in the kitchen, and all the chefs were skinny. And I don't know about you guys, but when I see a chef, I want a big, hefty chef. Like, seeing a skinny chef is like seeing a toothless dentist. Like, if you can't even take care of yourself, how are you supposed to take care of me?
Yeah.
I don't know, I'm just rambling, you know.
Preach.
Yeah, things have been pretty hectic around here. Got a lot of people moving from out of state, a lot of Californians. A lot of my family, they're getting kind of anxious, getting a little angsty. Like, man, they're coming here. Prices are going up. What are we going to do? This is our land. I've been here for 40 years. I'm like, look, this isn't your land, dude. We're all white. We're just squatting here.
Yep.
Anyways, he's like, no, Gabe, we're 132nd Navajo. I'm like, 132nd? You're about as Native American as a cardboard box. Like stop being so specific. Have some self-awareness, man. It's ridiculous. Like, technically we're all from Africa, but that doesn't mean I can just use that little tidbit of information to go around saying the N-word. I can't do that.
That's right.
Makes no sense.
Yeah.
Anyways, I don't know what I'm doing. If you ever want to feel like shit, go to a public pool. Because you can see ridiculously out of shape people wearing bathing suits with more confidence than you've ever had in your life. I go to the swimming pool, I see people wearing ridiculous shit. If they even saw a mirror there, they would just be like, oh my God, what am I doing? But they just have the confidence. I saw this lady, she was like walking down a runway. And even I was like, yes, queen, go. Like I was into it, but I can't do that. I'm a shirt in the pool kind of guy, you know? Anyways, I want to get like fat enough that anything I wear is considered brave, you know? I just want to wear like a wife beater and just some shorts and have someone come up and say like, you're my hero. You're so brave. I don't know what I'm doing. This is actually my first time doing stand-up, so I really appreciate it, guys. I'm not gay, but whenever I see a really abnormally tall guy, the first thing I think of is that dude's probably got a hog. Let's be honest. When a guy's 7 feet tall, the dick's just got to be down to the floor, right? I'm not weird for thinking that, am I? I feel like that's pretty normal. I'm a scientist. I just want to know if it is as long as advertised. But that is kind of a fucked up assumption to make. Because there are guys out there that are like 6'9", but, you know, it's just not matching up. I was on a small dick Reddit the other night. No reason. I wasn't making an entry. I was just going for research for this one bit. And I saw this entry. This guy was like, yeah, I'm 6'9", and I have a 2-inch dick. And I was like, man, that's gotta suck. It's gotta suck as a guy, but as a girl, that's gotta suck too. Because when you see a guy at 6'9", you just make some assumptions, you know? Like that'd be if you ran down the stairs this Christmas morning and you see a super long present. You're like, what is that, a telescope? You run over, you pull off all the wrapping paper, and there's just a 2-inch dick inside. It's super disappointing. And that's the thing about me. That's why I have self-confidence. Like, I look like I have the dick that I have. I'm a medium-sized guy with a medium-sized dick. That's it. Like, and I know some people can be a little self-conscious. I may not be a $5 footlong, but you get a bag of chips and a drink with a 6-inch, and who doesn't like a good deal? All right, thanks, guys.
That's me on the trombone. Hey, funny stuff, man. No, it's not.
Where's Lost in Thought? All right, give it up for Gabe Bigford. Oh my God.
And did I hear him correctly? That's his first time doing stand-up?
First time ever. Holy shit.
And he pulled a George Costanza, and I'm out of here. You
I know. See, that's the key right there. On the last one where everybody's like pissing themselves and stomping. Good night.
And he just leaves the building.
That's badass.
Yeah, it was a good one to leave on.
All right, Lost in Thought. Who is coming up next? This is where you dig in your phone and not remember what you typed 30 seconds ago.
Let's see. What did I type 30 seconds ago?
Lane, take the microphone out of your eye and focus it at your mouth. There you
Yes.
go. Don't sing that. We're going to get hit with copyright.
So,
sorry.
I am...
Yeah, it's serious. We got to be careful with all that now that we're streaming. It's like...
All right, okay. Do your ears hang low? Do they dangle to and fro? Can you tie them in a knot?
Do they look like Mr. Spock?
No.
Do they look like Mr. Spock? I like that lyric
Can you throw
better.
them over your shoulder like a continental soldier? Do your ears hang low?
I like the Mr. Spock lyric better.
I don't.
Because he had big ears.
Lost in Thought. Who's coming up next?
Now I
Quick
realize
before
why.
you
Now I
bark
realize
that.
why I'm swaying back and forth. I'm waiting on YouTube.
No, I thought you had to pee or something.
I thought you had to.
No, but you do that all the time.
I thought you had to
Trust
go
me, you
potty
do.
like a big boy.
Because I review the video
Yes,
like tomorrow or the next day.
Still waiting.
And I'll scan through the whole thing, and the whole time you're like, you're swaying to and fro. To
Talk,
fro.
Lane.
To.
Who's coming up next?
Anyway, I'm hoping that this I had this right because this pun will not work. Houston, we have a poet. Coming up next.
Do it again one more time. Do it with a little more confidence.
What?
With a little more confidence. Try it one more time. Take two.
I'm sure everyone heard. I'm sure everyone heard me. Yes.
Everyone heard you.
Yes.
Unfortunately.
So coming up next, we have Birdman 313.
Birdman.
Yay!
It's Birdman from Houston town. He used to come on with Michael Jackson, but not now.
Wow. Oh man. Oh yeah, I'm gonna have to start get back to promote my books on here. I haven't been doing it, but this poem here is titled Inner Feelings. Alone again, huh? Ah yes, it is so sweet to remember, though it has been less painful to forget. While my heart glows like a flower, my eyes are in sorrow and wet. My feelings are aching in mortal pain. Old wounds begin to open again, trying not to bleed again. The desires are not to turn and look around, so I can curb my heart. Why let my soul go blind, not letting it if it could? Now having my love return, what I suffered seemed good. After love has left for the heart distressed, to wave the air with passion. Love will not come with every nod, nor while every voice that is called. So to dream of fame and glory, while hoping the future is bright with glory. Now my eyes seem to have lost its youthful vision. I am only old in my heart, the mind filled with a healthy thought. I didn't freeze up, did I?
Oh, you're fine.
Okay, been freezing up all night, so that's why I asked. This one here, because I go to the beach so much, and this one here was actually written while I was in California, Santa Monica. It's called Blue Waves. If you see the video, you'll know why. Blue waves wash in on a warm summer day. The ocean with blue and white waves roll in, bringing joy and peace. The sky is blue with no clouds in sight. The mountains in the background are covered in fog. Listen to the blue waves splash and roll in from the depths of the ocean. It is breathtaking watching the waves. A scene is so beautiful. Freedom and peace run through the mind and bring a chill to the spine. Footprints can no longer be seen in the sand on the shoreline. Sandcastles can no longer withstand the waves and are washed away until nothing remains. The tides continue to splash. It is a very relaxing moment. A cool breeze refreshes as tension is released. At this moment, nothing really matters. Thank you. And that poem will be in my next book that I'll be releasing hopefully soon. Okay, Ernie.
At a theater near you.
All right, give it up for Birdman 313.
And if you notice his background,
Yeah, look at his wallpaper.
those are all his books.
Those are all his chapbooks right there.
Yeah.
Wow.
He's very.
Okay, I'm sorry. I went retro. Sorry.
He's very published.
I'm buzzed,
Yeah.
man. Give me a break.
Oh yeah, of course.
Yeah,
Of course.
Are those?
I told you I'm a cheap drunk.
Are the pictures on those books? Are those pictures that you took?
Yes. I do my own covers. I don't let anybody. I got ripped off from the first two covers. I did them, and when I got my rights back, they sent me a letter. They said, "Look here, we're gonna give your poetry rights back to you, but you can forget about getting the covers back." I'm like, I ain't worried about that. I got so many different pictures. Matter of fact, you can use them on somebody else's book.
There you go. It's a bitch, man. People don't understand. Like when you do any kind of production, be it like literary, like books, music, video, film. It's a motherfucker. There's a lot of shit that you gotta take in consideration with the rights and the copyrights and whoever owns whatever and publishing and it's a nightmare.
It is, really it is.
It is.
And I've been through it all. Well, actually, I've been through it all with all four of my books. Cause I got two books that the publisher, they gave me the rights back, but they didn't give me the rights back for the electronic part. So if you go on Google, you can actually see that you can get two of my books by email, but I don't tell nobody that, because if they go buy an ebook, he gets the money, I don't.
Oh shoot. Okay.
That sucks.
Damn.
In other words, don't order the ebook. Order the real book.
Yeah,
Yeah.
I have copies, so you know.
Okay, your publishing moment brought to you by
Birdman 313. Alrighty, before you leave tonight, go over to your friendly pirate bartender and go get yourself a large cookie for breakfast tomorrow, because they are delicious.
Yummy.
My favorite one is Feel the Burn. It is actually cinnamon and cayenne on a sugar cookie.
And I do say this all the time. You might think $4 for a cookie, but they are worth it.
They're incredible.
I mean, you'll eat half of that motherfucker and put it away. I'm going to save some more for tomorrow.
This ain't some Chips Ahoy bullshit. No, it's not. They're really good cookies.
Or just go get another drink, you know.
Do that too. Alrighty, coming up next to the stage, we have the return of Mark. Dun, 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 dun,
No, we can't do that.
It was
Copyright.
2 seconds.
All the way from the Bronx, New York City. Here is Mark.
So I don't know if it's the same for anybody else, but I started drinking when I was 9.
Whoa.
Yeah, because my family is just like, when you're 9, you get a beer. When you're 10, you get a shot.
I was 14 when I started drinking.
Yeah. Well, and then I started smoking when I was like 13, right? So this poem for me, like, it shows my progression. Like, I got a vape, but I don't smoke cigarettes no more, right? So it's called Dear Past Lover. Dear Past Lover, I want you to know I've been working on myself. All the things that you hated about me, I've quit. I rarely touch a bottle because I remember how much you hated how I was always drunk. I haven't touched a cigarette in a year. Aren't you proud? I remember how much we used to talk about me coming to see you and how I would learn how to drive just for that. Well, I got my license. I had a dream about you last night, that you came back, but I was so scared to approach you. I was nervous to see how much you've changed and how I wasn't there for it. I don't know if I could have what we had again. When I was with you, my life was on autopilot. And now that I'm not, it's kind of weird being back in control, but I'll manage. Your laugh was like a secret only between us. My future was thought out every time I looked at you. Your eyes looked like windows I would look at our kids through in the backyard. And now I don't know how. But you've always seemed to know when I just needed someone to hold. And the constant battle in my head would turn into a symphony whenever we fell asleep together. I'm sorry I wasn't the best for you. I was an alcoholic with no drive, and it took me losing you to create one for myself. I'm not sad that it ended anymore, but I do miss you. I hope this letter reaches you okay, and I hope you're doing fine. Forever yours, Mark. I got another one if that's okay.
Yeah.
Okay. This one's a good one. I just wrote this. I'm not talking to anybody, but I just picture myself with someone, and then it makes me think of happy thoughts. All right.
That's a good thing.
So, why am I feeling this way? Why do you got me feeling this way? I swore I would never do this again because I learned that caring about someone gets you hurt. Yeah. No way am I doing this anymore. No way am I going to let your beautiful smile and those eyes that pierce my soul and see every imperfection that I have and that laugh that can literally take my breath away. Wait, what am I saying? I can't do this. I can't fall for you. I mean, I am, but I can't. But I am, but I can't. Nah, I can't do this. Oh my God, you got me messed up, girl. Look, I know I'm going I know I'm going to fall in love with you, but I also know this is going to hurt like a bitch if you leave. And I know my track record with love has been kind of shitty. But what if you're different? I mean, how would I really know? Nothing against you, but I'm really tired of getting my heart broken. I really wish I can see how this is going to end up. I do love every moment I spend with you, but what's the point if it's going to get me hurt again? And I know trust is something that I have to work on, but trust is also something that I've lost over the years, but I'm trying to get it back. I guess I just got to trust you, which is honestly easier said than done. And now that I think about it, trust is two ways. How do I know that you don't feel the same way I do? I mean, I know what you've been through, and you also know what I've been through, and maybe these thoughts are shared between us. But I think we both understand how scary it is to jump back into something and to tell your story over again and opening up a new chapter of your book. I want you to be my last chapter. I want the book to end when we die and nothing else in between. I want you to know that I want you, but whenever I try to open my mouth and tell you, my brain tells me this shit could get dangerous. I want you to know I'm trying. Even though it's hard, I'll give you 100%. I'm going to take you out. I'm going to show you how a man should treat a woman because that's how my mom raised me. I'm going to show you what actual trust looks like and loyalty and love. And all I ask is for you to keep the same energy. Please don't be wishy-washy with my heart. I'll slowly give it to you in my actions, but I'll never say that you have it. I'm not good with my words, which is great for you, because I'll show you how I actually feel. You'll know by the late night calls and the spontaneous dates and the dates that I bring you on. You'll know by the way I look at you and the way I pick up my phone as soon as I hear the first ring. And as long as you pay attention to my actions, you'll never question my love and you'll never question my loyalty.
Wow.
Oh, way from New York City, the Bronx. We had Mark.
All right, give it up for Mark. Badass man, please keep coming back.
Yes, come back.
Awesome.
Again, we'll be off next Sunday.
Yes,
we'll be back. We'll be back the following Sunday.
And returning.
But you want to check out the band? We're gonna have a band here that night. So.
And don't forget about filing your income tax, people. It's something I got to do tomorrow. Sorry. All right. Good night. All right. So closing up the night, live and direct from North Carolina, our 2024 presidential candidate. Give it up for Reggie Goodwin.
Hey, Reggie.
He is Reggie Goodwin.
Before I get started, I think they delayed us a month, so you might want to check on it. I think we have to file May 15th.
Oh, that's right, right?
Because of the pandemic.
June?
Okay,
Yeah.
that's even better.
Well, in Texas.
They should say, "Oh, fuck it, wait till next year."
But this one, I had a little fun with math, so forgive me, but this is from a quote, and you'll get the title of the poem. It's a quote from Mark Twain where he says, "Figures often beguile me, particularly when I have the arranging of them myself, in which case the remark attributed to Disraeli would often apply with justice and force. There are three kinds of lies, damned lies, and statistics." No, thank you, Mr. President, that we've all been on the planet during this pandemic, and lockdown seemed a reasonable event. Our attention spans are limited. 2 weeks was more than enough. We all found out how tough teachers' jobs were and how bratty our children are. Got vaccines? Great. We're going to open up our states. Those small percentages of our populations are vaccinated. We are opening up with a full head of steam, filling spring break beaches in Miami, Florida, and Corpus Christi. Governors in Indiana, Alabama, Utah, Wyoming, Mississippi, Alaska, South Dakota, and Texas, Texas, 19 states don't or no longer have mask mandates. Thought experiment. The current U.S. COVID deaths are 573,988. The current U.S. population is 332,494,977, or thereabouts. Divide the smaller by the larger, multiply by 100, you get 0.17%. Round up to 0.2%. Now, close your eyes. You're on the beach at Miami or Corpus Christi. 100,000 of you are about to charge into the ocean with the guarantee man-eating sharks like the large white in Jaws will devour 0.2% of your flock of 100,000. Guaranteed 200 of you will become chicken of the sea. Now, 99,800 of you will make it. You have no idea which. In my best Clint Eastwood Dirty Harry shtick, do you feel lucky or libertarian? No government will make me get a shot. No way. William Wallace, freedom. This example is the analogy I give on which I want you to meditate. You can't outrun white sharks in their oceans or airborne coronaviruses that has 3 distinct mutations and 1 double. The problem is your 0.2% chance is not 0. During this pandemic, I lost 2 friends. Maybe to self-identified libertarians, this loss for you doesn't seem significant, but like John Doe, my shore is diminished without them. Under normal circumstances, and pandemics are once in a century not normal. There's no libertarian case for this. Neil deGrasse Tyson said something that should be a cardinal rule. Your lifting mass mandates in your states makes as much sense as a peeing section in a public swimming pool.
That's a good one, man. That's a good one.
That's it.
Good. End the night on that.
Yeah.
Thank you, Reggie.
All right, Goodwin 2024. Give it up for Reggie Goodwin.
I don't know what happened with the music. It was playing, but nothing was coming out. I guess it was that peeing section that.
I almost feel like that we could announce Reggie's debate like a wrestling match.
There's a hashtag out now.
I know. Hey, it's working.
Reggie Goodwin 2020.
Okay, you know what you gotta do? Okay, make sure you gotta purge all those college pictures where you were like upside down on a keg. You know.
See, as soon as we sign off, Reggie's gonna call Birdman on the phone. What the hell did you get me into, man?
Fuck you, man. This is bullshit.
I was just joking, man.
This is how grassroots campaigns get started. It starts little, and then it gains momentum and more momentum, and then.
Breezy love sends her love.
And before you know it, he's gonna be coming down up the stairs of Air Force One. Dun 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 dun.
He's gonna come out to the public. You know, this all started with a poetry.
This all started on an open mic.
Right. Yeah. And next thing you
with a hashtag.
But I need them campaign contributions, though.
All right. Well, okay. So we're gonna. Okay, Birdman. Next thing you got to do is start a campaign Instagram.
Yeah, that's too complicated.
Thank you, Ernie B.
Oh my God. Okay.
You get your campaign PayPal account.
Okay.
Yeah. See, that's easier.
Campaign PayPal, campaign Venmo, campaign Bitcoin.
No, don't do the Bitcoin.
No, don't do Bitcoin.
No. Bitcoin, no.
Okay.
Stay away from.
I gotta tell you guys, this has been an incredible night. I know everybody live has pretty much vacated. It's just us and the pirate Jacob, but we had a lot of new voices tonight.
Yeah, we did.
Very good.
And I do have to repeat. Last week we had 2 strangers from Chicago. Tonight we had 2 strangers from New York City.
From New York.
Like hardcore New York City. Like, holy shit, you know? She was from Manhattan, Caroline, and Mark was from the Bronx, man.
Mark.
Yeah, I mean...
Mark.
That's inner city hardcore.
I thought that was pretty cool when she said, like, she was trying to be nice. That kind of makes me think of, here I am live in New York City. Hey, shut the fuck up. I love that video.
Yeah, see, it's not like me when I say I'm from Chicago because I'm from the suburbs, you know. But I say Chicago just so people get the general idea.
Yeah, you're like Leave It to Beaver, Chicago.
But he agreed and his friends agreed and Birdman agreed that when he was talking about the Bronx, he said, yeah, it sounds a lot like Cicero in Chicago.
And see, I think he related. He was like, oh yeah.
Yep, that's a tough. Well, I mean, I don't know how it is there. I haven't been back to Chicago in ages.
That always makes me think of that.
It was a tough part of town to go through, man.
That always makes me think of that scene in Vacation with Chevy Chase and Beverly D'Angelo when they kind of got lost somewhere like downtown Detroit or something. And he's like, no, kids, you need to be exposed to the inner city, to the plight, and then roll them up.
Oh, Breezy just said, I will be moving to Cali in a few weeks.
What?
Yeah.
Yeah, because I noticed she was out there just like hanging and stuff. I was like, oh, okay. Well, I guess she's going to move out there.
Okay, bye-bye tornadoes, hello earthquakes.
That's good.
Well, from what I've heard from Gabriel Iglesias, he said between the hurricanes and the earthquakes, he'll take the earthquakes.
We'll miss you, Breezy.
I slept through an earthquake when I was living out there.
Oh, God.
Everybody
okay.
the next day, did you feel the earthquake?
I did too, Ernie.
Huh?
I did too.
And the next day I woke up and everybody was like, did you feel the earthquake last night? Did you feel the earthquake? I'm like, what earthquake?
Were you hungover?
No, I was just asleep, I mean, it wasn't like a 7.9, but...
Right. This was a light one, too, when I was out there.
We actually had...
No, just a 2.0. Fuck it.
I couldn't figure out why I was laying on the floor, though.
We actually had...
I went to bed in a bed and I woke up on the floor.
I was going to say, we actually had an earthquake in New York.
It was very, very white.
Birdman wakes up the next day like, did I drink last night?
No, I was sitting in the living room, and it literally felt like a train was passing, and I had no idea what it was. And then later, someone told me it was an earthquake. I was like,
yeah,
really? It was a Rochester earthquake. It was very proper.
There are earthquakes all up and down both coastlines all the time, But California, they're more significant, I mean,
okay, hey guys, it's past 10. We need to wrap this up.
Well, when you were
right now, Jacob is cleaning up around us.
One other thing, when you were talking about Chevy Chase, I used to think Chevy Chase was so attractive, and now he is looking more like he. Hold on, Ernie. But now he's looking more like he acts.
Breezy says she hopes to see us before she moves. In person.
You better, honey.
Yes, please.
Yeah, you better actually show up here before you split.
Yeah, she had mentioned that she wants to come down,
And Jacob will give you a free cookie.
I guess,
Jacob agreed. He said, okay. He'll give you a cookie. All right, so
she's like, okay.
Should we do the thing?
Yes.
You have been witness to the baddest open mic in the ATX. Spoken and heard live every Sunday night at Kickbutt Coffee, Music, and Booze. It's not just an open mic, it is a show, not a show without each and every one of you, including you, Pirate Jacob. Thank you, and good night!